Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Azul Summer Pavilion. So this is the third of the Azul games. Just like the other Azul games, it plays 2 to 4 players. It's put out by Next Move Games, and yes, as I say, it is the third in the series of Azul games. They have managed to find yet another different way to come at the similar mechanism. I really appreciate this mechanism. I own all 3 of them. The other 2 are just here, and I have no problem with owning all 3 of them. I think that each of them will come out at their own point in time. Sometimes I've got games that are various different versions of the same game, and I've got a huge preference for one. For example, Brass is a major contender on that with Lancashire and Birmingham. I always find I go for the new one, the Birmingham version. There are a number of other games that are in that same category where there's a couple of different versions, and look, I've with Azul specifically, I find that I actually really appreciate having all 3 different versions. So there's a game you can kind of have your head around and understand what's going on, but there's always that different context or different way of approaching the game. And all 3 games actually hit the table as much as the other ones. So if it comes down to a question of what do we want to play now, hey, let's play Azul. Which version? I don't know. They're all good. And that's kind of a good thing, I guess. It means that the new version is hitting the right mark. There are some differences in this one than in the other versions, which I really appreciate. There's a few different ways of playing. So rather than you take the tiles and you put them onto your board, you take tiles and you put them to the side. And then once you've all got all of your tiles, we go into another phase of putting them onto the board gradually and building out that way. And I kind of appreciate that. I actually, there's you're more thinking, how many of these can I get, rather than, oh, if I take that one, I'm not going to be able to get these ones. And like, yes, there's still that thing going on, but you're not looking at your board and going, oh, I desperately need to have 5 of this color, so I'd better take that and put these and hope that I can get the other ones. There's none of that going on. It's more a matter of, okay, if I take that many and keep them to the side, hopefully I'll be able to get more, but maybe not. But there's still options, there's still things that you can do. There's very rarely a point where you have to return things that can't be placed, because you've got the ability to hang on to a few between rounds. There are only 6 rounds, but you can hang on to up to 4 of them between rounds. So assuming you can use all but 4 of your tiles, then you're fine. You don't have to take any negative points. The other big difference is with the first player marker that sits in the center. Just like the other games, the first person to take tiles from the center of the different spots, the first person to take those tiles is going to get some negatives. But the negatives depend on how many tiles you're taking from the center, and that changes how you approach it. Previously, it's been to just take from the center and that one goes down as a negative. But now you've got the possibility of you could take 5 from the middle, but you're going to get 5 negatives on that. And there's that real push and pull thing on it. And then there's this idea of the wild color. And it's a different wild color each round. And so you can't put that color into that color spot in the round that color is wild, but it can go in the center, and the center needs to be all of the different colors. But if you take a certain color from a tile or from the center and there's wild tiles available, you have to also take one of the wild tiles. There's a slight difference in how you understand this game, how you think about this game when you're playing it. And that difference is enough of a difference for me personally to make it different from the other 2 Azul games. And the other 2 Azul games are different from each other again. If you've seen the videos, you'll have an understanding of that. And look, I suggest going on and watching my Gameplay and Gamesplanation to get a feel for this game. It's a relatively new game out. I believe it was an Essen release. I may be wrong on that, but it was, near the end of this year, 2019. And it's a worthwhile game to have a look at. Look, so if you have come across Azul Summer Pavilion and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll get it, but I've got the other 2 Azuls, I don't know if I'm going to like it, have a look at my videos, make up that decision for yourself to see if it's a worthwhile one to get as well as the other ones. If you haven't played any of them, have a look at this, see if it's a game that sits in how you understand gaming and your mechanisms. I'll leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Gamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.